I'm finally getting around to trying to factory reset some old phones, one of which is my sister's. And I thought it would be easy because hers is an Apple.
Mm-hmm.
And I could sign in manually by pairing her phone with my phone, but I didn't want to do that. And so I'm doing it manually, and now I'm up to Apple ID, which is email. So I guess, do I need to put her email in? I guess
So
her email would already be in.
if she's not logged into iCloud anymore, then you don't need to re-log in to
I
wipe
don't,
the.
it doesn't. Oh, forgot password or don't have Apple ID. I would click on that then.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't sound like she's in it. So if you're trying to factory reboot it, you don't want to be logged in at all to it.
Ah,
That's one of the first steps you do is log out of iCloud um, before you factory wipe the
it
device.
says if you forgot the password or don't have Apple ID, I should click on that. What's my
So,
choice? Oh, forgot password or Apple ID or create a new one or set up later in settings. I can do
oh,
that
so
again.
are you've already wiped it? Are you
I
trying
don't
to
think so. Well, maybe
what's
she
this
did. Maybe she did and that didn't tell me.
when you touch the screen, what happens? Does it say like welcome or
Yeah, and a hello and all of that stuff as if it were a brand new phone.
that means she factory wiped it, must be.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an easy one. Next, I'll go in maybe to my flip phone. Factory reset that one.
Yeah, I don't think I can help you through that one. It's been 15 years since I did
I,
that.
I can't imagine anybody would even want to look at that.
My guess is all you have to do is take out the SIM card and it's done.
Where would I find the SIM card?
So, uh, I don't remember enough. There's usually a little teeny hole that you can use a paper clip, and if you untwine a paper clip, you can fit one of the little paper clip ends in a hole, and it pops open a little slot with the SIM card in it.
Okay, I remember seeing, I've, I've got an earphone thing, a
Headphone jack.
headphone jack. Thank you. I know I've seen that on here, so I'll find it.
It's usually on the left or right side. But
No.
if you take it to whatever store you're recycling it at,
Mhm.
Comcast or AT&T or Verizon, they sometimes can do it for you and just wipe the flip phone for you.
Okay, I'll hunt for that.
But you might just want to keep it for a, historical artifact.
They do have new flip phones that open up a double screen then.
Oh, fun. It's a razor.
I think I heard Warren Buffett had one,
Mhm.
and I thought, oh my. But then I think what he has is one of those glass ones
Mhm.
that's probably super expensive.
Mhm. Um, and did I read somewhere that Christopher Plummer's or no, Christopher Walken, some actor has never had a smartphone either. Or some
Christopher Walken.
Thank you.
Mhm.
On
It's like
technology.
someone. Okay.
Well, if it sounds like you're trying to
get rid of stuff on a phone. I have a sort of, my old cell phone, I just left sitting there, and I'd every once in a while play games on it or something. And then one day I noticed that it was coming apart. And then I noticed that this, I don't know if you can see, this is the battery, and it's fat. It's really fat. It pushed the whole phone open.
Ooh.
Obviously, it's no good. But here's my question. I never figured out how to get the stuff off that phone without deleting it onto my new phone. You know, like if I just, so I always left it there. And so now I would have to get a new battery somehow to do it. But wouldn't it be that, would you think anybody would bother doing that? Can I just throw the phone away wherever I have to take it to throw it away without the battery, and I'm good? I mean, I
It's one of those, most likely nobody's going to, you know, if it goes in a landfill or goes, you know, wherever, nobody's going to touch it because it's work, but then there's the off chance that, you know, there's that little teeny.
well, and then the thing is, what do I do with the old battery, and do I do the same thing with the old phone, or can you throw either of them in the garbage, or what do you do?
No, you want to take it to an electronic waste.
Staples
Recycle.
takes
Take
recycle.
Staples.
Okay, but
And
can I
Best-
have
And
it,
Best Buy also.
can
Yeah.
I have it in two parts? Can I give them the battery, the dead battery, and the, okay, great,
Yep.
thanks.
Yep.
You can give it to them in 6 pieces and they won't care.
Okay,
And
No.
last time we recycled anything at Best Buy, they had um a box that was probably 4 feet by 4 feet by maybe 4 feet, a cube. And people were just throwing stuff in there. If anybody wanted to go rooting through it, they'd have to be on their heads. Because it was
Oh, that's
also
good.
sitting up on a pallet. So it was fairly
Yeah.
high. So I didn't
Yeah.
feel too badly about throwing things in. That was before we knew about factory reset.
Yeah, well, this, and my first thought was when I saw the inflated battery, was it dangerous? But I guess it's not gonna start a fire or anything now, right?
It could explode, but the quicker you get it to Best Buy, they'll have the problem, not you.
That's true. I know. We're sort of worried about that because I discovered this just before Christmas, and oh, well, I hope it's okay.
Chuck is such an ethical person.
You
That's what
know,
I like about him.
let somebody else deal with the problem.
Yeah.
They volunteered to deal with it, so let them do it.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a member of Best Buy's Geek Squad or anything to recycle there.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
even find, I don't even know where there's one close to me, but I'll figure
Okay.
that out.
Same thing is true as Staples. I walked in with 3 TVs, 2 flat screens, and no, never mind. That was something else. But I walked in there with two laptop computers, and they just told me to put it in that shopping cart over there by the checkouts, and that was it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
My
Yeah,
TVs I took to Goodwill.
They took it?
Yep.
Hmm.
2 flat screens and a tube. They took them, no problem. They
Wow.
don't even have to work.
Goodwill takes all electronics anymore for recycle.
They will or won't?
They
Will.
will.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
they-
they didn't used to, right?
The one in Avondale has taken electronic stuff for a long time. I mean, that's where I take all our old stuff.
I took mine to the one up in Exton at Marchwood. They came out and helped me get it out of the car. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no big
Oh,
deal.
man. Hmm.
Best
I don't
Buy
know
will take
whether they-
TVs, but they'll charge you.
Do they refurbish them or do they scrap them?
I think they try to recycle them as much as possible from what I had read. I did the 2 laptops. I reset them to factory standards so that there's nothing on them basically, and but that was no big deal. just a little time involved, but got them out of my way.
I guess there are parts in there they can reclaim.
Yeah, in the computers, there definitely are.
That's the memory's the issue. And that's a separate unit
Yeah.
usually.
Yes. But always better to try to get a recycle of some form or another.
Well, my old computer, and we're talking like this was 10 years ago that it was then old even. My my son-in-law, who's a programmer, took it apart with his kids and took it, took everything out and showed him what everything was in there. And it was amazing how hard it was to get it apart and to take pieces out and stuff, it was put in there, but they really enjoyed that, seeing the whole thing. And then of course it was all in pieces and he got rid of it somehow, but it was,
Yeah. It is fun to play around with. Welcome back, Karen. I'm sorry you lost power.
Thank you.
Hey, Karen,
I
you've been there
connected,
twice.
I connected with my phone and now I can't. And how do I get my phone off?
I can remove it.
Okay.
I don't want to report or you to Zoom though.
Thank you.
Yep,
Uh,
but. Very good. Other questions, concerns?
I had an assigned reading project from a granddaughter who is an MSEE. Really interesting. It's called Chip Wars. And it describes the history of integrated circuits and how we got to where we are today with certain countries really controlling the production of certain aspects of memories and computer chips and stuff.
Chip Wars: The Quest to Dominate the World's Most Critical Technology by Chris Miller.
That's the one.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Worth a read then.
Sorry?
So worth a read then. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Well, the thing of it is at my advanced age, I've lived a lot of that stuff going on in the background. And there are certain players in the market or in that whole technology that have really dominated, stand out like the geniuses. But the truth of it is, it's one thing to invent a process, but to make it work in a highly what can I say? So you get good yields from it because you're dealing with micron size stuff and dirt and dust and impurities just mess up the whole manufacturing process. So it's one thing to invent a chip, it's something else to make it highly productive, highly reproducible.
Mhm.
Just a learning. Sorry.
Very interesting. I look forward to reading the book and being able to converse more
Well,
intelligently.
Well, it's when we get together, it's something that her and I can discuss, and the rest of the family looks at us like a bunch of geeks or a couple of geeks.
Well,
Yeah, right. If the shoe fits, right. It's
Well, we might pick up a word or two that we can throw around incorrectly.
yeah. That's yeah. She is working for a startup in the old in the area of northern New Jersey, Homedale, where Bell Labs used to dominate and where the original transistors were invented and conceived. And they're working in photonics, not electronics. Because it's, you know, lights, it's faster, wider bandwidth and stuff. It's neat.
Bell Labs still exists.
I think so, but greatly reduced. When I was selling connectors, I would go over there. There's buildings like the Homedale building that is seven separate buildings, or 7 or 5, I forget now, in a huge glass and a huge envelope. And it was just so far out that I used to look forward to going there just to see what was going on. Of course, you only see a limited amount, but I think all that is divvied up into other companies, and maybe some of it's empty. I don't know. It has greatly changed.
Very interesting. Well, any other concerns?
Did Karen have something, a question with her new phone?
I seem to be working it good, except I couldn't get off Zoom because I was on with the computer laptop, but I love my new phone. It's a 14, going from a 7 to a 14.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I really like
All
it.
changes there.
Yeah. But I can see it better.
There you go.
Yeah.
You make the font bigger for you, or?
Yeah, I have a little bit.
That's a nice feature about smartphones
Mhm.
versus little keys. But- Cool. I'm impressed. No question.
Yeah, I can't believe that we're speechless.
It's a good thing. You're all trained up. Maybe. Unless you have things that you can't think of or don't know what to ask.
Yeah, you know, I updated to my iPad to 18.3 this morning, and I have it set to automatically update. But it seems I'm always beating it in terms of the automatic update. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's something that I need to do to make the automatic update work.
Well, I think it waits a week or two. I tend to update before it does it too. So I'm not sure what's the process of when it decides now I'm going to do it. It's not like the first 12, 24 hours.
And it does it at night.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that has something to do with it. If you
If the
know,
battery is low or yeah,
yeah.
not plugged in. I think it needs to be plugged in with a higher.
Or have a mostly full battery.
Mm-hmm.
I think it checks your battery too.
Yep.
Scary what goes on while we sleep.
Yes. But nice it will do it then and not do it while we're in the middle of a phone call or something. Other concerns, worries, questions?
Just on my, when I was on my screen, in fact, it was on Chapel yesterday. that, you know how at the top of the screen, you have a little thing that you can click on to make it a half screen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and usually if you're full screen, that's what is there to click on. Well, mine was full screen and that was full screen up there. And so I clicked on it and the icon went to half screen, but it never did split. Is that just getting old or something wrong? Or, I mean, it's kind of, like I say, I can't give you any of the other details than that.
Right. I know with the new updates it will make it full screen, but then like it will also bring it down to the little corner. But it doesn't sound like it's that issue.
I
So
mean,
you
and
were on
it's got to be it can't be anything to do with the live stream, right? It's got to be from my computer.
were you watching it on the website
Yeah.
or the website you made
Well,
it full-
usually what I do is I actually open two windows from the website. You know, I open the bulletin and I open the live stream, and then I reduce them down so I can watch both of them so that I can see, you know, the words for the songs and stuff like that and the prayers. And I also am doing the other, and that's always worked beautifully. It didn't yesterday, so I don't know if it was just a weird thing.
So what you would do is something like this. You come
Yeah.
here and then you do another tab.
Yeah, well, see, oh, I'm up in the corner. Do you have oh yeah, I open another page. Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and then you kind of have two side by sides, like one
Right.
over here,
Yes, exactly.
one over here.
But to get to do that, I have to click on the thing that makes it two sides. Um, in fact, I could try that with this computer. Well, this computer's set up right. This is my laptop. It does.
So you could like open chapel here, say,
Right.
and then you open the service here,
Yep.
and we'll mute John, and then you want to make it full screen like that.
No, well, they both come up full screen. And then but I want to make them two separate screens. And then once I get them into two separate screens, then I can size them, you know, make it like if I want one bigger than the other one, I can just pull it sideways.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, that other thing, I haven't tried it again today. It might have just been a weird, or could it be that I haven't even checked. It could be that my computer is getting too full of stuff and it can't do other things because now it's old.
Yeah, it's hard to say for certain without having you do it and show us what you're
That's
seeing.
what I figured.
But
I don't know. I know I'm living on borrowed time with that computer. I'm thinking, what happens when it totally goes and then I have all that stuff on there that I don't get out, but
Can't you go into File Explorer to find out how much empty space there is?
yeah, that's what I keep forgetting to do. As soon as I get out, oh, I meant to look for that today and I came for it. So yeah, but that's what it is. You just click on my PC, right? And it tells you, yeah. Yeah.
and if you see the C drive,
Yeah.
it will have a little gray thing that says how full it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid to do.
So after tech time today, go up to the computer and write a sticky note and say check and put it on the
Right.
screen.
And then but then there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get rid of stuff. I guess I could get rid of some stuff.
Or you move files that you don't use often to an external hard drive.
Oh, okay.
And then put that hard drive somewhere, you know, in a drawer. And if you need those files, it's there.
That's cool. Yeah.
But then, you know, they're there. And if your computer craps out, other than restoring from a backup, you could do it that
That'd
way.
be good. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff from my other computer on this little small disk that you can't get to anymore, you know, so and actually mine has a CD drive, but this this one doesn't. My laptop doesn't, so I don't know.
Mhm.
It'll-
I've got some external hard drives from college that don't have ports that are compatible anymore with any of our laptops.
I know, that's,
So
Paper's the
But-
only way to go. It's the only thing that survives evolution of technology.
unless it
What
gets
is?
burned.
Paper,
Paper.
oh, yeah,
the only thing you can trust.
yeah.
Can I make a complaint to the management?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
which management?
Let's
the
vote.
management of the sign-in sheet, the new sign-in
Mhm.
Sunday morning sheet sends back a little message after you've signed in,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like you've just bought a pair of shoes or something.
What does it say? I'm sure I can change it.
I just don't, it's nice when you hear back from one of the clergy,
Mhm.
and it just hit me funny that when that started happening, and it's only been a few months till we went to the new sign-in thing.
I didn't get a pop-up. Does it email you a response?
It's an email.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
it
have to
shows up
check that
in,
out. Okay.
it, it just surprised me. It just has a tone that doesn't seem like it should be coming
It's-
from signing into church service.
Probably a default that we didn't realize it was doing, so that's easy to fix. Thank you for.
Anybody else experience that?
Yeah,
or
I
is it
think
just
I
me?
remember that too, that it was something, I don't remember what it said, but there was a, thanks for visiting or thanks for what, something or other.
Something like, yeah, it
Yeah.
just didn't seem appropriate.
Well, Bill, if it's shoes they're selling, it's probably because you need a refreshed sole.
Yes.
Oh, Bob.
Mute
There's
him,
nowhere to
mute.
go, Bob.
I just don't want to be a heel about it.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, you put your foot in your mouth.
That's true.
oh, Nancy.
Sorry, I started this.
Yes, you should be.
Should be.
Mhm.
Bob's starting to think about Chautauqua in the summer and